Well, with 3 young boys at home, it seems like someone is always sick at my house. But believe it or not, I still get confused about what to do. And I know I'm not alone. My husband and I are constantly battling. Do we take them in? Do we not take them in? Well, there are so many myths out there, and I'm sure the truth is hidden in there somewhere. So we invited Dr. Arturo Gonzalez to the show, and he is going to set us straight. Welcome to Sonoran Living.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right. So there's a couple of questions here, and I know that there's some myths. Can you actually catch a cold from drying your hair before going outside in the winter?
Big myth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope my husband's watching right now because he swears by that one.
No, I can add 2 more to that. If you don't have any shoes or socks and you touch a cold floor, if you go from a hot to a cold environment or a cold to a hot environment, all myths.
So these are things that just our parents made up because haven't you heard?
And passed from generation to generation to generation, and it's very difficult to convince, especially grandma. You're never going to convince her that she's wrong. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So how do you catch a cold?
You catch a cold from other people who have colds, literally. So it's hand-to-hand contact.
Okay.
Somebody coughing on, let's say, on your area as well, touching contaminating surfaces, sometimes even stuff that we eat. That's how you get a cold, which is a virus.
From what you eat?
Sometimes from what you eat, yes.
Because if there's a germ on that, if someone sneezed on it, or?
Possibly as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And colds obviously can express themselves in cough, runny nose, or vomiting and diarrhea, or even skin rashes sometimes.
Right.
And they're all viruses.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Can you catch a cold from the flu? Can you catch the flu from the flu shot?
Yeah.
Not a cold.
No. That is a huge myth, and people still believe that.
Yeah,
it's really sad
I keep hearing that one.
The flu vaccine is a killed inactivated virus. You cannot get the flu from the flu shot.
Okay.
Usually what happens is this. Somebody probably had a cold or a flu exposure 2 or 3 days before. They get the flu shot. 3 days later, they get the flu symptoms from the original exposure, not from the flu shot.
Right.
And then they get the flu, and they said, oh, it was the flu shot.
Okay.
There's nothing
There's
to do
been
with
times when I wanted to get a flu shot, and I thought, oh, but I have an event coming up in a couple days, and so I just waited.
Yeah,
and then I got the flu.
Yeah, it's better to get, even still now, it's better to get it now.
Okay, because flu season, how long is that going to go till?
It peaked probably in the middle of February, and they say at least up to the end of March and sometimes April and early May.
Okay.
So if there's still, if you want to get a flu shot, it's still out there.
Okay, that was another question. What if you've already had the flu and you didn't get a flu shot? Should you get a flu shot so you don't get it again?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Because the flu shot is certain viruses within the flu shot that you're protecting yourself from, which is the bad flu. There's always about 8, 9, 10 flus that we always get during the year.
Right.
Not the ones you got the flu shot for. Those are the ones that get you really, really sick. That could get you sick. Yeah.
Okay. All right, here's one that I've been hearing from generation to generation. Starve a cold, feed a fever.
Very interesting. It's interchangeable. Some people say
starve
feed a cold the other way around, right? It's a myth. When you use the word starvation in anything that is treatment-like, it doesn't make any sense. Simply put like that. And literally, it stems all the way from the 1500s. They thought that if you manipulate the fever up and down, they would have healing properties. None whatsoever. It makes no sense. So, no. What you need to do for a cold, plenty of fluids, rest, get a little homey, get it cozy in your bed, if you will. And if you have a fever, then treat it with fever reducers like ibuprofen, acetaminophen, or Tylenol, Motrin, Advil. Most people know those.
Now, in your home, because I know you've got a couple of grown daughters.
Yes.
And so when they get a cold, is chicken soup? I hear that really is the best thing to do.
There's some truths, although psychological. There's no proof that any of the ingredients in chicken soup have any healing properties. It's really sad because I like chicken soup as well. But if you think about it, when you have chicken soup, what do? You feel homey all over again. You feel like a little kid. You want your mommy
like mom's taking care of you.
You want a little blankie and so forth. But the truth be it is that when you're drinking fluids, when you're drinking the soup, you're eating the soup, you're drinking fluids, replenishing nutrients.
Right.
So it does help.
Okay.
So there's some psychological involvement as well.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say chicken soup help you feel better, but we just answered that one. Okay.
It does feel better, I think it is. It really does.
How do we know, and I'm asking this from my own personal experience, how do you know when to go to the doctors?
If your gut feeling tells you something's going on, always call your doctor.
Okay.
That's the first thing. You know your child better than we do, obviously. But many times, most cold viruses peak, they peak on the 2nd, 3rd day, and then by 7 or 10 days, it's gone.
Right.
So let the body heal. We're very quick to judge and start, taking medication and giving them this and that. Let the body do it on its own. Especially with little kids, let them learn memory-wise on how the immune system works. Because if we always help them and try to cure all this stuff, then eventually when they get another cold, the immune system doesn't know how to deal with it. So let it do that.
They could become like babies, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you have a sore throat,
well,
deal with it.
especially we men, you know that.
Exactly.
We're the biggest babies, yeah.
And I'm talking because I have 3 boys in my house, plus my husband. Sorry, you guys are sort of babies, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I can admit to that, yes, absolutely,
okay.
yes. Yeah.
I actually think that my son actually likes going to see you at the doctor's office because of all the suckers. So sometimes I don't know when he's really sick or if he just wants to go to the doctor's and get some lollipops.
I doubt that it's me. I think it's the lollipops, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming
You're
on the show.
very welcome.
Hopefully that helped. What I have learned today is that everything that my mom told me, total lie. Not worth it.
Sorry, Andi.
All right, we'll have to have a little chat. Talk to my grandma, too. So for more information about these myths or how you can reach Dr. G, we want you to head to SonoraLiving.com.